And we're back, Quarter Life Critics. Oh my God, we're live. What's going on, Grant?
What is going on? How are you guys doing?
I'm good. I'm good. And how are you, Patrick?
I'm great. It's a good day.
All right, we're back. Episode 2 of Quarter Life Critics, where we review, the best TV and film the world has to offer. If you didn't catch episode 1, we kind of have a new format where every week we will decide on a director will guide our conversation and discussion and have some fun topics and segments.
And
But
look, we went live and we already have a comment
oh
on the
wow,
chat from Leah DeVito.
wow,
Is this for real live though?
it
Hi.
is.
It is. Welcome.
Probably.
Let's look at
yeah,
that.
probably is live.
Look at the power of social media, guys.
Look at that.
It's a nice looking comment. Thanks for
Welcome.
chiming in.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks for
welcome.
joining. Thanks for joining.
Live on YouTube whenever, usually Wednesdays, when we have them.
Every other
Uh,
Wednesday.
We could pin comments for days. But I have
When it
better
rains,
news.
it
I have
pours.
cooler news. If you guys are doing a little work on the back end, clicking buttons, clicking keys, I want you guys to check out, preliminary, first draft, first look, quarterlifecritics.com. What is it? It's
Oh.
there's something there.
This is.
I know
That's
Grant's not gonna like it.
That's who's who.
Oh man, what?
That's well, Quinn's the one without facial hair. So Quinn's
Okay.
got the fucking ball beard. The ball
Wh-
chin.
Which one is he?
The one on the right.
The one on the right. Yeah, yeah,
With like
yeah.
the butt chin.
So then you're middle. I'm left.
Here I can put the logo that we're looking at. Oh, on the screen.
I could be middle too.
Look at that.
I
It's
don't
hard.
feel
You-
strongly about either.
Check that out.
But
So
Quinn's
you guys.
definitely the one on the right.
So the good things here, the important things. Look at that. Already on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Still waiting on Google. I don't know why Google's being a stick in the mud, but there's something there. We can tweak it. We can mess with it. It's there. But are you guys familiar with DALL-E, AI, machine learning art?
Oh yeah,
Gener-
yeah.
I've
yeah.
the
seen.
new-
I didn't know
the
who the artist
newest of-
was. You know,
It's hot. It's
the
hot.
newest of art forms, right?
Right. So you don't even have to do anything, and you just type in some phrases and some words, and you can come up with some art. So I tried. It was actually very difficult to. This may not seem like the best image, but it was
Was
something.
this quarter life critics?
It was not quarter. If you type in Quarter Life Critics, it's one of the worst images. It's just a mess of nothing. So
wait,
Okay.
what's the website, or how can we?
it's like DALLE.
It's like it's a thing, you know.
I've seen other art like
Okay,
by
okay.
it. I just
Okay.
if our viewers want to make a logo, like if you can come up with something better than this, I think we could have a little contest.
Little
I might
contest.
contribute. That's what I was.
Oh yeah. What's
yeah, I think
his
it's
website?
fun. Yeah.
It's just if you type in Dolly arts, I'm sure it used to be where you would have to be on a wait list and get like a code, but I think it's open to the public now, and you have like credits and you can generate whatever art you describe. But real quick, I wanted to go through some of the runner-ups of what we had in here. So as I was trying to create just something, I was like, you need to have art to submit to all these places, and I was like, I need to have something. So let me share this window. Let's see if this works. All right, you guys see this guy?
Is this what?
So I'm just gonna go through. I had like 8 or 9 of them, of just trying to. These are different words. I don't know.
What?
Three
You don't know
animated
the-
male friends reviewing movies.
reviewing movies.
Something like that, and then you gotta specify like, oh, I want male. Oh, they should be wearing headphones. So this is one guy. I guess the guy's got some sort of fruit salad or popcorn or something.
That's me with the popcorn. This thing is
That is
smart.
true.
Oh,
Here's us.
I like this one. Hey, the Quinn, the one on the right kind of looks like you with the hair.
Yeah,
It looks
yeah.
like
I
you
got
got
the
your hair.
little
Yeah, yeah.
poof and something. I mean, they do it so well, and then some parts it's like, is that a mouth? Like
We're
it's
drinking Mountain Dew or something.
In like a liquor bottle.
yeah, 40s of Mountain Dew in there. We got like 9 of these. This was
Oh, we're
some
nodding.
This is like Zoomer-esque, you know. I kind of like this one.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
sort of lo-fi vaporwave. Just
Synthy.
zoning out.
A 3D render of 3 male movie critics.
Oh yeah. Oh, I have the thing. Yeah, what I was
Yeah,
trying
that's what
to
I.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, nice. I like that it keeps the record because it was tough. This one's
That
kind
is
of normal-ish.
horrible. This is like Wii, like like the Mii's from the Wii gaming system, Nintendo. Like if they had like, I don't know, I don't. That's
Yeah, like Mii's meat.
it's rattling
something.
me. Yeah.
About halfway there. Here's one. It was like
This
3 ancient wise nomads traveling through the desert wearing headphones. So this one turned out all right enough that I was like, all right, that's kind of cool. We're in the desert.
He is a fan of them all.
It's funny
They all-
because we say we're
What-
quarter life, but in this we're ancient. So ha ha ha.
And in the desert, these are our last days.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, this.
yeah, this
Girl
was
power.
Girl power. I don't.
Wait, discovering ancient,
Ancient movie
movies.
treasure.
3 young nomads traveling around the world.
So yeah, we got. I don't. This is some sort of movie equipment. I think we got 3 more left. 3 young.
I like
cartoon
that
men.
one a lot.
Yeah,
Dude,
this
that
one, I think
one's
this
great.
is runner up.
Dude,
Um,
that's like number 1. I feel like that's us in high school.
The eyes are just so freaky.
Might have to
The one
change it
guy's
to
eye
this.
is just falling down. So good.
Like just following. You're on your phone.
Dude,
In the
this is
jungle.
a
Trust me,
No, that's
we're
a
nearly
DS,
there.
bro. That's a
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
Nintendo DS.
3D man, 3DS.
Oh my god.
This one's also another jungle one, I think. That,
Connect
Dude,
4
I
in the
like
jungle.
these, man.
yeah. And I think the last one was I tried to do a superhero one. So
Those are some lame looking superheroes.
it's very bare bones, just with the masks, and I don't know why this guy's red.
The guy's got like a nut for an eye. Like someone tightened that into his eye.
Like a bolt, yeah, like a
Yeah.
nut, yeah. And I don't know. They're discovering the greatest movie of all time, which I guess this is
That's
the
it.
movie. So I thought that was enjoyable. Hope you enjoyed it.
Well, I liked Pat's suggestion. So especially with we have Leah in the chat said she'll draw a cartoon. So any fan submissions, whether you use Dolly or you want to draw something for us, send it our way. We can do a little contest and then expand this segment a little bit.
Go grant some design work. I like that.
I think my sister owes me some design work, so I'll extort her labor.
We got artists everywhere that owe us some shit.
Yeah.
Cool. So Quarter Life Critics, work in progress, working on logos. Who knows? Thought that was good.
People maybe vote on them. Dude, that one,
The jungle one.
the jungle one with the Nintendo
I like the
DS,
lo-fi one,
that
too.
one I love that one so much.
Pat, you like the lo-fi one?
I like the
Vaporwave.
current one too, though. The current one's like so clear,
Yeah, just put
Like
this little
it's
guy
like
in
the
here.
What do you
HD.
Oh, yeah.
Like some
yeah.
of them were more like I don't know. Like this could be like a animated movie. The other ones were like
Yeah, you really have to the art style because I was looking at some of the examples and a big difference is when you specify the art style. So you say the 3D render, the cartoon, whatever. That'll make a big
Jungle,
difference.
Desert, nomads.
Nomads,
Yeah, you gotta get creative.
Men.
So
animated.
without diving too much into it, is it free?
Yeah, so I think they give you 50 credits, and one credit is like one generation, and you get some variations with that generation. And then it said I think 15 more credits per month, and maybe that'll increase as time goes on because.
And what if you want even more?
But then
pay?
you can purchase some, Grant. You can support.
Dude, they
these.
gotta be making bank, right?
I don't know. I think it was a bit hotter before, and maybe people were more willing to pony up some cash, but now it's, I mean, it's free, so I don't need that much art. I spent a long time going through. I was
It's
like,
the
I only used like
freemium
20
model.
credits. Yeah.
Yeah. You got like bored with it essentially.
And I think you just make another account.
Yeah, they
so.
didn't really feel like. I feel like that's not something for money. That's just like a cool idea that they wanted.
Yeah.
A lot of.
Yeah,
people
I
to
just
try.
know what Quinn had said and what I, like you used to have to like join a certain Discord server and like do all this stuff to like do it, but it sounds like it's pretty straightforward now.
Yeah, I think they got it dialed in.
This is the beta. This is a full release.
Yeah.
All right, enough about art. Our movie.
Good
Me-
segment director.
Thank you. That was
Yeah, that was fun.
Thank
Strong
you.
job.
intro.
That
Strong
was-
intro.
So
Can only go up from here, right?
Right, exactly. As the director, last time we watched the first episode of Pirates of the Caribbean, and we liked it enough to say, you know what, this might be the greatest Pirates series of all time. We got to watch the next one. So
We did.
we did Pirates
did.
of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. Grant, tell me what it's about.
Yeah, just I'm pulling this from Wiki, but yeah, so we watched Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, 2006 American fantasy swashbuckler film, which I'd be curious to click on there and see what other swashbucklers there are out there. It's a sequel to the Pirates of the Caribbean: Curse of the Black Pearl. Let's see. So in the film, the wedding of Will Turner and Elizabeth Swann, which did you guys? I didn't know it was their wedding.
Nope.
Okay. Well, they were
We'll
in the
get
middle.
into that, yeah.
They were in the middle of their wedding apparently, and then they're interrupted, and then they're like on trial to be hung or hanged, and then the guy who arrested them, he wants Turner to acquire. Stay with me because it gets complicated here. Acquire the compass of Captain Jack Sparrow's. His compass in a bid to find the dead man's chest, and and then on the way, Sparrow discovers that he has a debt to Davy Jones, who that it's his heart in the chest, which just happens to be, but he discovers that his debt to Davy Jones is also due. So these kind of these storylines just happen to really coincide really well. With this dead man's chest, which we can talk through because it is a chest
I'm
with
confused,
a heart.
Grant. I'm confused.
Is
No,
there
no,
more synopsis?
no,
We got to
no,
get
no.
through some more.
Guys, I'm telling you, there's a chest with a heart in it. What more do I have to explain?
So you're telling me that's it. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I was struggling.
Yeah.
I had to
Yeah,
turn on
let's-
subtitles halfway through.
Let's get into it. What's our first segment? Wait, what happened? All right.
So much.
This is a segment where I'm designating it as a lot of shit happened in this film. And Grant, you brought up the first point. You had to bring on the subtitles. I didn't do it for this film. I don't know. I think that was a mistake because I think I was in too deep. Where by half of the movie went by and I was like, I could invest the time to try and figure out what the fuck happened, or I can just enjoy the ride. So, what was going through your head, Grant, about this chest?
I mean, I'm just like at a loss. I had to turn on the subtitles when they were on the way to what's her name, like Taria, like Dalby or Tia,
Who?
the
voodoo
like,
girl?
the voodoo Caribbean girl,
Voodoo girl.
voodoo girl.
Okay.
Her name
Escapes me.
Tia Dalma is her name. in
Tia
the film.
Dalma. Okay.
They started telling a tale of like, I don't know. I still don't. I put on the subtitles and rewound it probably 3 times. I still didn't know what they were talking about. Some
believe what you're
ancient
referencing. Yeah.
tale. It's like they were trying to explain the tale of Davy Jones and how he but then she told the story of Davy Jones before. I think they were explaining like his army a little bit of how they
So
like
are
swear
you
themselves.
struggling on just what they said in the film, or like what?
I don't know
the
what
plot,
lore they were
the plot.
talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. Well. Let's. I mean,
it's both.
I want to. Okay. This is my first question that I think is
Mm-hmm.
good to dive into. Is the lore. Because we discovered last time we talked. Patrick brought this up last time. Is that these Pirates of the Caribbean films are actually based on some sort of lore, some sort of like old pirate's tale or whatever. And okay, Davy Jones, I've heard of, right? That seems like a pirate term. That's Davy.
It's there.
Davy
People
Jones.
say it. Davy Jones. Davy
Yeah.
Jones locker.
It was on SpongeBob. That's the Flying
yeah.
Dutchman.
Yeah. So there's two things that are confusing me. Is his army, which you brought up SpongeBob, so I think there's something there about them being undead, kind of dead, purgatory, half dead, half not dead, and then two is this heart piece, and then three is he is the sea or embodiment of the oceans, right?
He's
Kind
like he's like the Reaper. Like think of him as like the Grim Reaper in the ocean. So I think he collects like the souls.
He owns
of
the
people
sea.
dying in the ocean, and they join his ship. But he's also
oh.
like nefarious because he has the Kraken and he like attacks other ships. So he's like a
So if you
lethal,
die
like,
at
ghost
sea,
army.
you have a choice to join his army or really die.
That was
Well, I
the
don't think
scene
you're
with, like,
you're not dying. I think those other people, they were cursed. They were trapped at the bottom.
But
of the
they
sea. They were not dead. Like Bootstrap Bill was not dead. He was just trapped underneath the ocean. He couldn't die because of the curse. And
I
Davy
thought
Jones
no. I thought he willingly joined Davy Jones because they had that scene where it's like you have to willingly join, and then you give yourself 100 years or whatever in between you actually dying. So I think Pat's explanation makes more sense to me.
But I'm saying you're not choosing between death. Like you're not drowning. I think, like Bootstrap
No,
Bill, he was stuck there, and he
But
just,
you do have a choice.
I
Because
think he was
remember-
about to die, and then he made a deal with the devil or Davy Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, do you remember when there was Will Turner initially met him?
Yeah.
He was offering those like near dead soldiers like, do you want to join my crew for 100 years or whatever, or like, are you not afraid of death? So I think he like sent them to the bottom of the ocean to be like tortured or whatever, like hell, because like he like cut that guy's throat and like threw him out.
Oh, and then and then they kept on calling him the devil.
Yeah. So I think he's just
Yeah,
some
and
sort
then
of
and then they
ocean
came to
devil.
Will and they said, "Hey, wait,
You're
don't
not
even
dead."
count. You're not dying, so I can't even offer this to you."
see.
So but
That makes sense.
my issue is like there's too many different things going on here. I think
Yeah, that's just
what
one
we're
piece
alluding at.
of.
One
What
piece,
could-
when him being the Grim Reaper, I like that. That makes sense. Of the seas, cool.
Yeah, why does he also
heart?
have the Kraken?
And why does he
Kraken-
have his heart?
I was gonna say the heart.
And-
The heart's the biggest. The name of the movie, Dead Man's Chest.
That's true too. Yeah.
Like-
Like why did
Why is his heart in a chest?
It's because and the voodoo girl explained it a little bit. She was like, I mean, she's talking about like, there was a girl, and then the other guy was like, a girl. I thought it was the love of the sea, and then she's like, they're both the same. There's many versions of this story, which doesn't clear
you
anything
want
up because then you're
spoilers?
like, what?
Spoilers from future films, or sure. I don't know if we're going on the next ones.
Yeah. Give us some clarity here.
it's her? She's Calypso. She's the goddess of the sea, and he loves her. And he like
Who's
cut
he?
his-
Oh,
Davy
Davy
Jones.
Jones.
And her, that girl, the voodoo girl, she's actually a fucking goddess in the third movie.
Where did
and
they
she's the
fuck-
bad guy, because she's like raging, but her name is Calypso, and she's like the goddess of the sea.
Is she raging because
not a
Davy
good
Jones dies or something?
It's confusing. I don't know. I don't even know what happened in this movie. And
And the thing is, like, we're men, right? We're grown ups.
My
We
brain's
could-
fully developed.
went to
at this
college.
point.
We went to college. We have college education. I mean, if you're as a kid, you do not know what
Yeah, I
is
think
going
you
on
just
whatsoever.
it all goes over your head. You're like pirates. Ah,
The
ghosts,
effects were really good
wow."
though. So like that's what you're looking
Yeah,
at.
yeah.
They were really good, and this movie's old.
Yeah, one thing from the first movie, I thought. I mean, the more I think about it, the first movie had the perfect amount of like uh, complicated plot to the point where if you sat down, you could really you understand all of it, and it's not too far off the deep end, and it's not as simple as like good guys, bad guys, got to get the pirate, got to get the gold. There's some
Yeah.
twists, and this one was. I mean, there's the love triangles and plot triangles also. Like everyone's wants the compass for a different reason.
Yeah, the compass.
How do they even know about the compass? Like,
How
I
did
don't-
Jack Sparrow
I
get it?
just- how why also I don't understand the choice. Maybe the voodoo girl explained it where they have I mean, they need to find this key and it's just like a piece of parchment
Yeah,
like, with
what
a
was
key
that?
on it. He's like, I'm looking for this. It's just like your most generic looking ass key
like
ever.
water stained napkin.
Like you could just say, "Where's the key, bro? Why do you gotta? Why is this important?"
Quinn.
So
And
I
he
thought that
also,
was funny.
well, he also like risked his life to get that. No, at the
I
beginning.
don't remember where.
Remember?
Did he get it from?
Yeah, he like
Oh, the
risked
people?
himself. Yeah, he
Wait.
like. No, even
Cannibals?
before that. No, before that. They're like, because remember, like there was like a scene of his crew. It was really brief.
Oh, they were-
and they were
they were
like, we want
mutinying.
something shiny. Yeah, we
Yeah.
want something shiny. He's like, no, I got something better. And then he's like, this is what I got.
Yeah, so he almost lost his crew over that drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Which
I don't.
anyone could have drawn. It was
Anyone could have drawn. You just talk about it. Didn't have any special properties.
But everyone knew exactly what it was.
Yes. There was also I didn't like not Norrington, but the East Indian trading guy. I mean,
Yeah.
apparently he thinks having that. I didn't know Davy Jones was a problem on the seas. It seemed like I don't know. Maybe that was implied that
Wait,
he's killing ships. Why does the East Indian Trading Company guy want
So
Davy
they
Jones'
can
heart?
so they can control the seas.
Just okay.
I thought
So they can become a quadrillion-dollar company.
so.
Okay.
I see. It's confusing because I thought he didn't want Davy Jones. He didn't really care about Davy Jones. He really just wanted a compass from the beginning. And then the guy's like, "I got you one better. Here's Davy Jones." But like his initial thing, the whole quest is he really wanted a compass, right?
But compass is
to
to
get the
find
heart.
something else,
The
though.
compass is only good to get the heart.
No. The compass always points to what you want.
Which would be
It's whatever. So that's why the East India Trading Company, like, who knows?
Do you
what
think he knew
wants.
that?
Yes. Like I mean, I
No,
think
no.
I think he knew the compass was. It's like it's special compass that everyone seems to know about, and it only points at what you truly want or desire. That's why I was flipping with Jack. So like I don't know if necessarily he really wanted Davy Jones.
he
The
might
plot
have,
thickens.
but it could have been anything.
Yeah,
I see
that's
what
what I'm
you mean
saying.
now.
Yeah. Like, and then
But
the
he
guy
mentioned like
shows up.
controlling the seas. He wants the compass. It'll help him control the seas or whatever. But I don't know what that would point to.
There are a bunch of other artifacts in the future movies, so it could have just, time traveled. Like, there's a fountain of youth. There's all these other, who knows, personal ambitions. There's something in this world.
Jeez. What else? And I also didn't like how this movie pulled a Matrix 2 ending where it's just there is no ending. It's get ready for the third film, boys. Strap in.
They filmed them at the same time. I feel like that's what always
Really?
happens, and they do like the double filming.
Yeah, I mean, if you're maybe that goes into your marketing plan. You're like, yeah, 2 movies are coming out. Deal with it.
You make it a little. I'm sorry.
No, just like end on a cliffhanger. Well, it's not even a cliffhanger. End on the note that you're going to continue. You have to watch the third film to feel satisfied.
And then release it shortly thereafter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cha-ching.
Yeah. I mean, the ending was. leading right into the third.
Right. It just
That's right in there. No resolution, really.
Begs the question: what happens next?
Did you guys like or understand the cannibal stuff? Island. I mean, it seemed important at the time, and now I'm like, did it even matter?
No, it was like, well, why, so he was like, they were like worshipping him to eat him later, right? Or something.
But I don't know why he was there or why the other people were there.
Yeah, I don't.
But yeah, that was what happened.
'Cause, like-
why did that become that situation?
Well, also, why is Jack's debt due to Davy Jones?
He had the Black Pearl.
They raised
so kinda,
the black pearl from the bottom of the ocean, Grant.
For
It got
Okay.
destroyed. I don't know. They didn't show it, but I guess at some point it
he
got destroyed.
he bet on his like life
13
to
years as
Davy
captain.
Jones.
Yeah.
Okay, so 13 years for like his life to Davy Jones was the deal, or something like that. Maybe he
soul,
thought he
I
wouldn't
guess.
live. Yeah, I don't know if that's a good deal, but you know.
Live fast, die
Whatever.
young. As captain, baby.
Yeah. Captain. That was
That's
one
why
of
it
my
was so
favorite
important to him.
callbacks. That I laughed right off the bat when they're like, "You're going to be hanged for assisting Jack Sparrow," and they're both like, "Captain,
Captain.
Captain Jack Sparrow."
And he's like, gotcha. So you do know him.
And the other plot point, I mean, did you guys follow how Captain or Commodore James Norrington ended up in his situation? Or did he just kind of show up and you're like, I guess he's in the crew now?
The world is such a big place, and they literally always run into each other. Like, they're like sailing in the fucking ocean, and they're running into like this remote island that's never been discovered before.
It's all about Tortuga, boys. Tortuga. You find anyone Tortuga, you just go there, you'll see whoever.
That's actually, is Tortuga a real like thing?
I think it was a pirate city.
Beats me,
That's
man.
pretty cool.
But yeah, it could be. I mean, what does it have? A population of 200 people? They all know each other. Yeah, it's very fantastical.
Is it a place, Grant?
Yes, it is a place. Tortuga is in Haiti.
Nice. Get rum and just party with the pirates in Tortuga, baby. Ibiza.
Yeah.
1722.
Yeah, it looks like pirates came, and they were.
Oh, no
And
way.
they had a good time.
They all knew each other.
Yeah.
All right, I think we've discussed this movie enough to the point where we kind of understand what's going on. So let's move on to our next segment, which is another more generic segment that could be reused in the future, called Pick a Clip, where you can pick a clip. Is it funny? Is it stupid? Is it confusing? You want to talk about it? Let's talk about it. So, Grant, what you wanna go first?
Yeah. So.
You have
picked-
2 clips. I'm.
Yeah, I picked one. So I picked one clip, and the clip happened when I looked it up on YouTube. It happened to have a deleted scene. So it's if you actually do the second link.
You want me to get
that I
the
have in there.
deleted scene?
Yeah,
in
because
there?
it actually leads into the real one, I believe.
Okay, let's take a look at this. And another thing from our last episode is I didn't see any copyright problems, so that's always a good sign. Let me get this real quick.
So any crew member can be
Ooh.
challenged by anyone.
Okay, here we go. So this is the
I
deleted
challenge
scene.
Davy Jones.
Oh yeah, skip to 140.
I don't have any time markers on my end. I just have a bar. So I'm just gonna guess this is 140.
What is the cause?
He's smoking a pipe.
It can
He's
only
always hitting
be
that
a
thing.
woman.
Was-
Really? So
Really?
the reason why I was just confused about how you play this game.
Oh, okay. This is great, Grant. Because
And I looked up the rules too.
Well, what about this deleted scene that
So, all right, you
Full
can, you
difference.
can
should I skip forward?
well,
You're the one
Can't really hear it that well.
yeah, skip a little bit forward. This is actually
I
part of
wish
the
I
deleted
was
scenes.
learning the game. I can't hear it though. Need subtitles.
Are they explaining the game in the deleted scene?
No.
5 sixes.
See? Okay, just look at this.
Okay, paused.
You can keep playing.
Oh, continuing.
Liar.
Okay, now you can pause.
Okay.
This was not included.
No,
in
this
it.
is just the two of them, right?
This is just the two of them, and Will Turner was betting the freedom of his father, and
Oh,
he won,
okay.
and he won. And then they did it, and then he's like, if you play a little bit more, you'll see he's like, wait, don't you want? He's like, I challenge you again.
Well done, Master Turner.
Well done, Master Turner.
I'm free, Jones.
I'm ready to get me a wife.
So, okay.
Another game.
Another game, Mr.
And then you can pause it, and then it goes into what
It goes into the second scene.
yeah, where they all three play.
That's not
But I was also very confused, like how you play the game. But I looked it up and learned. I don't know if you. It sounds like you did.
Stop
You did.
sharing. Oh, that's the wrong thing.
You close out the guest.
Oh yeah, that's what I gotta do. Thank you. Let's do that. Okay. Well, Grant kind of stole my clip because this was also my clip, and not because it was confusing. More, it was entertaining because I have a lot of experience playing this game, and I'm gonna ask you guys about it.
Wow.
So it sounds like you both have never played, Liar's Dice. That's what the game is.
No, but I looked it up, and it looks fun.
It's very fun, especially when you're intoxicated. So the only reason, the way I was introduced to this game was in Shanghai in China, and a lot of the Chinese clubs, it's very loud, very a lot of shit's going on. But instead of people doing table service and drinking bottles and dancing on tables, people are playing like dice games. So you could be invited as a foreigner to a table to play some dice games, and they're usually playing Liar's Dice. And because you don't need to really communicate like verbally to play the game, so the way you play the game is it's all about lying. It's about bluffing. So say there are 3 cups. Did you look it up, Pat, or you don't?
No, I'm on a ride
Okay.
right now.
All right, you're on the ride. So
I'm
you got
learning.
I think everyone has like 5 dice in their cup, and everyone shakes their cup, and then you stop. Everyone looks at their dice, and you see the numbers you have, and it becomes kind of a bidding war, a bluffing game where you kind of have to outdo the next person, and so you might be the first person, and so you got like 3 threes, and you could be totally safe and say 3 threes, but you're playing for everybody, so you have to kind of guess what your opponents have. So they could have some threes too, and maybe there are 6 or 7 threes total in the game, but you don't know. You only know you have 3 threes. So you would say 3 threes, and then it's on the next person to say either a higher number of that same number or a smaller number of a bigger number. So you could say, better example is either saying 4 threes, or you could say like 2 5s or something. And I think 1s are wild cards. I don't know if that came into play in the film, but that's how I've played, where 1s are
Yeah.
wild.
That's what I read as well.
So, I mean, when you're in the club and you're just you're sipping on something, I mean, all you're doing is you just kind of shake the cup and you look, and then you just kind of use your hands. So you do like 2 3 or something, 4 5, and it's cooler in Chinese. 6 has got the one-handed. Oh, showing it on the screen, so you could be like that. You can do it all with one hand.
is
You don't have to
6?
go like, here's 6 twos.
This is 6.
Yeah,
What's 7?
this guy. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then a lot of people do this for 10. They do 2 hands for 10 because it looks like the character.
That's pretty
So
handy.
yeah, so it's a lot of fun, and I wasn't sure how it came across on the film, if people knew what was going on or not.
I had no
No.
idea what was happening. Wasn't a
No.
fan of the scene. I was like, this is
It's because they're like they never explain the lying part of it.
Yeah, you call the way
You
the game
call it,
ends is
yeah.
someone says you're a liar, and they open the cup. Usually, it's kind of actually how it is in the movie, where Davy Jones just like takes the cup open. You don't say like liar. You open usually your own cup, show your own cup, and then that's when
that's the
Everyone shows
signal.
their hand or whatever. Yeah.
Yep, I had no idea what was going on. I'm like, they're betting their souls over this silly little like dice game. I'm like, what is this?
Cool. So Grant and I kind of had the same clip. Patrick, do you want to share your clip?
Yeah, this is
Share it for you.
Yeah, please share. This is a bit of a callback to our first episode, perhaps. So Grant, keep that in mind.
Okay.
Come to join me, crew lad. Welcome aboard.
I'm here to find the man I love.
I'm deeply flattered, son, but my first and only love is the sea.
Meaning William Turner, Captain Sparrow.
Elizabeth, hide the rum. You know, these clothes do not flatter you at all. It should be a dress or nothing. I happen to have no dress in my cabin.
Jack. I know Will came to find you. Where is he?
Darling, I am
The
truly
hottest looking
unhappy
boy
to
in
tell you this.
Tortuga.
Through an unfortunate and entirely unforeseeable series of circumstances that have nothing whatsoever to do with me, poor Will has been press ganged into Davy Jones's crew.
Davy Jones.
Oh, please. The captain of the Flying Dutchman.
Dude, he looks awful.
He looks so bad.
You hired me. I can't help it if your standards are lax.
You smell funny.
Jack. All I want is to find Will.
Are you certain?
Nice. That was
That's a
funny
good
one.
scene. That's a good scene.
Yeah. Grant, did you pick out the first episode reference?
I don't think so.
A certain individual was adamant that someone didn't burn the rum on purpose.
Oh,
Oh, our episode 1 callback with our
Yeah.
our internal
Yeah.
dispute.
Yeah, about what happened at the island. But
yeah.
I
You
have-
thought she didn't fake getting drunk, but
yeah.
I mean, we don't have to get into it again. I did rewatch the scene. I
please
do
watch.
agree.
Please.
Please,
If you want
please.
to, if you want to see
Episode
this
1.
dispute in
hot.
this content, this is
Timestamp below.
She definitely does trick him into thinking she's drinking that sip, but I don't know. There's just a lot of things that are not being shown, you know? Devil's in the details.
Yeah, she's a little trickster, dude.
She's she's tricky.
Guy-
'Cause she's
guy-
tricky in this film too. You might say like, "Oh, wow, she's making out with him at one point." You're like, "Whoa."
Oh, god damn.
But if you want to hear a discussion, we have a clip. It's guy gets destroyed by 2 others, all caps, on the
gets
beach.
dunked
4
on.
exclamation.
Yeah,
In first episode of Quarter Life Critics.
Ends in disaster for
yeah.
one member.
What an idiot! Did he even watch the film?
question. Yeah, no, we don't have that, but we do have our episode if you want.
Yeah, go check it out.
Timestamp below.
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys for sharing your clips. I think that went
Yes.
well.
Norrington looked awful in that. Oh my
I don't know what was on his face. I mean, it's like a
Vomit.
mixture of
Oh my
vomit
God.
and
Well, I thought that was like his
seaweed
wig
and
or something.
his wig maybe.
I think it was his gray
Dude's a
wig,
mess.
but it was in bad shape, bro.
It just was dunked in vomit and piss. And speaking of how people look, on to the next segment, CGI. Oh my, guys. I don't know if Grant introduced this, but this film won a lot of awards for
I did
It,
not.
it won Best Visual Effects Academy Award and was runner-up for nominated for 3 others.
I want to open up this segment with, one of our viewers has recently made a comment that David Jones or Davy Jones is hot. So the CGI, could be sounds like it's pretty good, pretty good. Won a lot of rewards. I mean, he's a stunner, right?
Well, did you think it was good, Grant?
Did I?
You think David Jones was hot?
In today's, I don't know.
Today's
I
standards.
I don't know. Davy Jones was a weird character. Like, what accent did he have? I didn't know. Was it French?
like Irish.
Kind of. It was like Irish, French though. I didn't really like him. I was definitely distracted by the CGI. Let's say.
I
So
felt like it was good.
You didn't like it. Distracted
I
is
was
not a good
distracted
thing.
by
You know,
the CGI.
it's dated in your eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. Pat, you thought it was okay?
I
He
liked
said
it.
it was
I
good.
thought it was fun.
You didn't
Yeah.
say okay. He said it was
Yeah, I
good.
thought it was good.
The
I thought
opposite
it-
of Grant.
I thought I liked it. A couple of the crewmates, maybe like the hammerhead shark, was a little bit like laughable, but I liked it. I liked the Kraken too. Those all.
See,
In good
I liked
spirit.
David Jones, and I liked Bootstrap Bill and some of them. I think that held up today, but when they got to some of the Kraken parts,
Some of the crew members too.
yeah, it looked a little high school film ish, but I mean, millions of dollars going into it. I think it was a scale thing. I think they did a good job of like they were trying to like convey like how big the fucking Kraken is. They're doing these wide angles but then he started kind of attacking and it was like a very small setting and they're just kind of shooting shit and so it was okay. Enough to win an Academy Award.
I still
Did you-
think it was pretty impressive though. Like having that much of your movie kind of like
Yeah, they're always there. I mean, can you imagine like Orlando Bloom's like I mean, he's looking at basically nothing, like playing the dice game.
maybe there was a person there.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
actually heard that. I forget. I think it was Christian Bale because he was just in a Marvel film. He actually like there was an article about him about how like filming the Marvel films are so he like hated the experience because it's all green screen. Like you're just in a green screen room with maybe some of the characters have all these face trackers on them. It's like you're just sitting there and he said, he called it monotonous because every fucking day you're just in a green screen room. And he says so hard to like, as an actor to try to take on like, you have this setting, you're a character, you like other, people in costume. And it's like, you lose, like, it's gotta be fucking hard to act, if you don't have any of those cues. And how do you get in character if it's just a fucking green screen? I don't think I could do that.
And you're
What?
being filmed. Like that's
Yeah.
like already hard enough, and then you're like,
I think,
environment is just horrible.
I think it's gotten better now. I don't know if they need to use as much green screen. I was reading something. I think it was The Mandalorian or something. Maybe another
Yeah,
TV
no,
show.
I
They
know
have
what
these
you're
like these like rooms like a
Yep, they have like massive screens.
Yeah,
It's
something
like
like
a,
that.
It's like you're able to like mold the set dynamically, essentially,
yeah.
right?
So you like see it as you're
Uh-huh,
acting.
That's pretty.
Yeah,
badass.
yeah, I remember reading about that as well. But that I think is rare right now. But I think it's rare.
don't have
But it's
billions of
definitely going to
dollars
be
to-
the way it's going because it will make
Yep,
everyone be way more engaged and like come across as way more authentic, I believe.
Yeah, I think it really is the acting takes the hit the most. Also, like people said, we're talking about the CGI. The Disney is on. I don't know. It's they're remaking live action films and like Lion King live action, for example, was really it's just CGI. And there was pushback when it was, announced, and I agree with the pushback. Is once you do the CGI, you're dating it so much. Versus if you watch the original Lion King, it's fantastic because it's 2D art, And as soon as you start doing this 3D CGI animation, then it dates so much worse. Quinn and I, we watched Toy Story. It's not that great, dude. It's not that great. But you watch fucking Lion King, the OG, and it still holds up so well. You watch any of Miyazaki, Studio Ghibli films, they hold up. I just, I think
It's Toy Story.
dude, you remember, dude? What's his name? Sid or the kid with like the
Sid
spiky
was
hair?
not
Like,
looking good.
no, bro. Can we pull him up? We pull up a picture of
Sid
Sid. Toy Story, yeah.
You could share it too. See, I don't
think
know if
it's a-
this is like from the game, like from
Wait,
the movie, or like
I can
from
share.
the.
I can share.
Yeah, you can share it.
I think it's okay for a movie to date itself, though. Oh my.
Wow. I mean,
It's
but
just
it
not-
did give me nightmares as a kid, so maybe it's doing its job. But I'm just kidding.
I think it's okay to.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm not saying.
Grant's a purist. It's like it's gotta look good. It's gotta look good for the right reasons. All right, so it sounds like was a mixed bag, and but it won some awards. All right, let's move on to maybe this will be a hit, maybe this will be a flop. To Check Out My Boat, where I was watching this and they kind of stepped up their game with their boat game in this film. So there was a new ship that was hot and exciting. So I wanted for each of us to kind of think about the best qualities of our designated ships. And so I love messing with Grant too. So Grant,
Which one you-
I gave you the HMS Dauntless, the Navy ship. Tell me what's so good about this ship.
Can I pull it up? I don't know what the
You don't know what
HMS.
your own ship looks like. I can
like
help
the
you out too. It's the
OG
fastest ship,
Oh yeah.
and I think
The
this
Navy
is
one.
only from looking at the Wikipedia. This is
was
why.
this? But this was in the first one, right? Not
Yeah,
really
this is-
this one.
Well, it's mentioned that I think that's why Norrington goes into his sunken state because he loses that ship.
Oh,
Like I have no idea where they said that. I'm just getting that from the Wikipedia, where they say he resigned and disappeared after losing the Navy's flagship HMS Dauntless in a hurricane while pursuing Jack, which
a
opened more
hurricane?
questions. I was like, hurricane? Didn't he not pursue Jack at the end of the film? He was like, we'll give him a day's head start or something.
oh, but then he did apparently, I guess, in the hurricane. Well, I mean, we've said it ourselves. You just said it. Yourself. It's the fastest ship built. Just to give you some fun facts, it's 100. There's 100 guns on this ship.
100?
It's built by and manned by the best navy in the world, the British Royal Navy.
Oh,
We just saw
yeah.
the captain vomit on himself. On
and
the ground.
and
it's very fitting of a ship of
and
such
the-
a good.
It's the Commodore of this ship, James Norrington. He's
A good
he's-
guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy. And it's powerful, it's agile, it's so fast for the size, it's a force to be reckoned with, and there's
whole
really no
movie-
contest. There's
The whole
really no
movie
contest.
is about getting the Flying Dutchman.
Whoa, so Pat, you're the Flying Dutchman. Tell me more about this shit.
It's really the point of the movie. Everyone is trying to get the Flying Dutchman.
Maybe they're getting two. They're not. They don't want the
Did
Flying
you
Dutchman.
see?
They want.
Did you see
the things
the
on
look?
it.
Okay, the Flying Dutchman comes out of the water, and you're like, that ship has seen better fucking days.
It has a Kraken container. You can just unleash the Kraken with like a crank.
Yeah, but it's got like what are those things called? Like the sea urchin, or like it's got like the like
It's got shit on it.
crusty. It's got like the sea like
Needs a power
crust. It's got
You
sea
literally
crust.
just
It's a
get
crusty
slaves.
shit.
Just by being the owner of it, your crew just like people die in the ocean all the time. They just like arrive on your deck, and you're like, all right, you're my crew now.
Guys, but what about the Black Pearl? Is Black Sails. Black Sails.
got nice
I
word.
mean,
It's a nice
Black
ship and
Pearl.
all.
Yeah. See, like Black, I feel like Flying Dutchman. It's just, it's crusty.
It's kind of too OP too. It's not even. It's kind of like a Superman. As a superhero, like
Here.
there's nowhere to go from there. It's already.
It's
too
the best, you would say.
No, it's not
No,
the best.
no.
It's
You know what?
Maybe not your
I'll
favorite,
say
but it's
this
the
is this is what
best.
I'll say. This is here. Listen. It's called the Flying Dutchman. It can't even fucking fly.
It
Come on.
flies up out of the water, dog.
No, bro. It doesn't even fly. Why is it called the Flying Dutchman?
Because it
Just
flies on the water.
Yeah,
The
how
fucking
many
dog
guns
is
do
this
you?
fast?
who's the Dutchman?
Me, Davy Jones.
Hey, Patrick, you can't make an argument for the Flying Dutchman without calling out the coolest thing that I like about the Flying Dutchman is the triple cannons in the front. That was pretty sick. It's like, yeah, those were pretty cool.
It's
Pretty dope.
superior engineering from the crustaceans.
And I guess the Black Pearl already fell to the bottom of the ocean. They're both inferior ships. All right, guys. I think that was fun. On to the next.
I did
segment.
not. That was not fun at all.
I think we should make it a recurring segment to always give Grant the worst choice to argue for.
I'm
right,
directing next week, so
You are. Let me
Spoiler.
call you back. Grant, you mentioned this already. Your favorite callback from the first film, when a sequel comes
I
out,
already mentioned it.
is the Captain Jack Sparrow one
Yes, at the beginning.
at the very beginning. I liked. I have a short clip. Promise I'm going to be getting to this quicker after I learn all my controls. I like this one. It's short and sweet. It's in the cannibal scene. And then this and it's Elizabeth. So
I didn't even
from
get that.
the first film where they're trying to beckon the dog to give them the key, but now they're beckoning Miss Swan. So I thought it made me laugh. It made me.
I didn't recognize the callback.
Snort, blow air out of my nose. You didn't recognize that one?
No, did not.
Does it make sense now, or am I crazy?
No, I think you're right.
Okay.
It's like, are they, trying to get the dog over for the key again, or
It's
nope?
Trying to bang Keira Knightley,
I
prison
guess.
went.
who's
Are
of
they
age, I
through?
think, in this film. So
There you go.
it's always important. And Pat, did you have a favorite callback from this film?
Yeah, I kind of mentioned it as well. It was the rum. Keira Knightley not really liking rum and the whole burning of it on the island.
Not the monkey playing with the eyeball.
I like that one too. That one's like that. I always like the fucking eye guy. He's so weird.
Yeah.
He
You know
reminds
what?
me of Shaggy from like Scooby Doo too.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Yeah, he's just.
I never liked the monkey though. Monkey, do not like the monkey.
More like annoying.
I like when Jack shoots it. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
he just like doesn't give a fuck.
Wait, why did the monkey not get uncursed? Does he still have a piece of gold, or wait, no, because they all had a return.
And what about the dog? The dog. I don't know. Does the
I
dog
don't know
die?
what's going on.
Jumped in the
They
ocean
left
at
it on
one
the
point.
cannibal.
Remember,
island,
they
right?
all
Yeah, they all got
all
out.
the cannibals went to.
Chase the dog.
I was
Also,
at
that's a
night, I was
lot
trying to Google. I was like, "Does the dog die in Pirates of the Caribbean 2?" I couldn't find anything. All right, the moment we've all been waiting for. The report card where we grade this film. So I don't have anything saved. So Grant, you have the report card pulled up. I would appreciate that. I also just thought now we only have 3 categories right now. There may be more, but we
There
only
may
have,
be more.
we only have 3 right now, which is our mise en scène, our plot, and our characters. So Grant, why don't you hit me with the mise en scène, which the formal definition is the arrangement of scenery and stage properties in a play,
In play.
in a film.
Well, I think it, originally, yeah, that is the OG definition. So this is like, the feeling and the scenery and the
I like
swashbucklerness,
stage
right?
design. Stage design is, I think, good. I'm trying to think of the
Snappy.
shortest number of words we can use to describe this in subsequent episodes too.
Stage design. Yeah, I think, and you said multiple categories. I can see cinematography, camera movement,
Music.
taking one. Yeah. Mise en scène. Really, I like to think of it as the feeling of the scenery. It's really like a feeling to me. Like the mise en scène of a film ends up being more than just the arrangement of a scene. But so with this one, this is tough. Mise en scène. I'll just go with. I'm going 2.5. I don't know. It's some more good old swashbuckler and buckling action, but I wasn't blown away.
I'm gonna go with a 2.5 as well. I think it was one of the better categories for this film, but still was lacking some of the. Maybe there was just nothing new about it, and you've already seen the first one, and you go, all right, that's the feeling I get. That's they kind of introduced some new. They got the Kraken, they got the new ship, some new places. They move like so quickly between place and place. It's like from the island, Tortuga, blah blah blah. You're like, oh, it all looks great. And it's a little jarring.
If this is your high, I'm a little bit worried about this report card.
Oh, we'll see. Patrick?
I'm gonna give you 3 stars because I feel like this was the high point of the film. But Quinn, I kind of disagree with you for detracting for how many different scenes there are. I think that's actually the strength because they all felt very believable to me. I feel like it's maybe the plot that doesn't tie those great stagings into a great story. But I did feel like everything was believable. Davy Jones' ship was pretty badass. Voodoo Lady was cool. That was kind of spooky, Tortuga was also pretty nice. And then I don't know. I just felt like. Oh, and the Cannibal Island. That was just kind of fun. Felt believable.
Yeah, it's a tough, I think, category because I think it crosses over into a lot of different elements.
That's true.
But I think I would agree with that assessment. All right, Grant, plot. Hit me.
I'm starting again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 1.5 here.
That's out of nowhere, honestly.
Yeah, there was a plot.
Yep.
I thought, with these pirate films, it's cool to see kind of legends, and you hear about Davy Jones and stuff, and I felt like they threw a lot in here. And I was thinking about this. I think they would maybe slow it down today if these were remade. The whole long Avengers, they're having, or Marvel universe is it's relatively, they focus on kind of one plot piece and you never feel that overwhelmed. And then they just make another fucking movie, you know, and they just keep on doing that. This, I mean, it felt like you could have the Dead Man's Chest. You could have Davy Jones just being the Grim Reaper, and then Will's Turner's dad being the focus. You could have the Kraken just being the focus. All of these are fucking thrown in here, and that's too much for me. I never felt like I knew what was going on. And speaking of plot, just, you know, less of a rating, but it got me thinking. I was there a scene where Johnny Depp, you know, Captain Jack Sparrow, was running on the beach with his jar of sand? Because I thought that happened, and then I don't remember it happening. Like, that was like a scene in my head, you know. He's like running
I think so.
with
He
the
gets
jar of
Yeah, I
sand.
remember that.
He's always, and he's
But
running
he
on the
never
ship,
took the
too.
jar of sand off the boat when I watched it.
I thought he did.
I don't know. The jar of sand was the whole nother. I didn't even remember the jar of sand until you brought it up.
Jar of dirt.
Jar, you got to get me dirt. And I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a 1. Yes, there was a plot. There was just too much plot. Is that a thing? There were probably a lot of elements that just didn't need to be there, and it's maybe it would play out better in a book. You got a lot of stuff going on, but I don't know. I didn't care about half of it, and there's triangle plot relationships and going on, and I don't think it was very good. Pat, hit me.
1 star. It was way too broad. They need to slow down, like what you guys exactly just said. They could have gone into like just one story and made a good story out of it, and they decided to do 8 stories and not do a good job with any of them.
And it went on. It was like, I was like, oh, more. They're jumping around from place
And
to
it
place.
perfectly connects all the time. Like,
I like at the end too. They leave Keira Knightley, Elizabeth Swann. They like kind of like backstabs Jack Sparrow. Like really,
Big
like
time.
Like we're leaving.
yeah.
You're stuck
Yep.
here, mother effer. And then like literally the next scene is like they're all just like sad and they're thinking about Jack, and she's like, yeah, we should save him.
No, she never told one. Will never asked her what happened. Why was she making out with him? Never happened. His fiance. 2, no one. She
Pretty
never
much
tells
wife.
anyone
Pretty much
about.
wife.
Yeah, pretty much wife. Like apparently their wedding was in progress in the beginning. So as close as married as you can get, I would say, without being married. She never brought it up to anyone that she did not like him, or like, I don't know, you know.
Nope, just stayed silent.
Just-
that she basically murdered him.
yeah.
And she's like, yeah, we need to save Jack. He was a good guy.
Yes.
Yeah. So we got all right. Not a lot of stars there, but we're finished with the plot. Characters, Grant.
I gotta start again.
Yeah,
can go.
You're forced to start.
Okay. I'm gonna go with 2.5 again. I don't know, man. They all seem like a shell of their previous selves in the film before. Even Jack was just not that charming. I was expecting some more laughs and some more cheekiness, and when they did do a little cheeky, like, I don't know, line, I felt really construed. Like I saw it coming, and I was always like, fell flat. I didn't see the characters shine really that much. It felt like they were fully riding off the character development from the first movie entirely. Nothing added.
Nope. I'm gonna go with 2 stars. At my end, I thought the last film had the perfect amount of characters, and they kind of built them up. and you should continue with those characters. And then now with this film, there's the classic. We're gonna introduce the bad guy who's, even worse than the previous film's bad guy, and then the bad guy from the previous film becomes like kind of a good guy.
Good guy. Yeah.
Classic. You got the voodoo girl. I guess she's a little bit more involved. Who else? Kraken.
Davy Jones.
Bootstrap
Will
Bill.
Turner's Bootstrap Bill. Yeah.
More people who each have like deep storylines.
Commodore Harrington.
Norrington was the best.
Yeah.
Norrington was actually probably my favorite
Character?
because they developed him more.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
He was
did.
the only character that felt developed from the first one.
I wish it would have saw some of the. I mean, maybe it's part of it where it's a surprise where, oh, now he's like this, but you didn't really see him in the beginning. But maybe that would have spoiled it if you. I mean, it would also been another 20 minutes.
That was probably my favorite character. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Same.
But I mean,
comic
he
relief.
kind of
Like, he was
showed up
my-
out of nowhere, and he was. Did you feel confused or cheated? That like, oh, what? Now he's why is he in Tortuga throwing up?
Because it's like Tortuga is for fucking pirates and people who like are losers and probably
Misfit
alcoholics, misfits. Yeah, it's like they have nothing going on for them. You end up in Tortuga.
Okay.
It's just funny because
Rock
it's like
bottom.
it's the rock bottom, especially for him. He's like Royal Navy Commodore.
Yeah.
And now he's at
With the
Tortuga.
fastest ship.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to show everything if it plays. Pat, characters.
1.5 stars. Good characters need a plot to develop them. You can't just have people. Everyone was stagnant except for the Commodore. They just remained as they were and did the same thing. It was just like people going through the motions of the characters that developed in the first movie. And nothing new, nothing really exciting. It was pretty boring.
Altering our tier maker there, Grant.
I was trying to save the final image,
Oh, well, we have a digital archive in.
Oh, look, there's a presentation mode that looks nicer.
That
There you
does look good. Nice. Good find.
Cool. This is our report card. I hope you like it.
We have a total of 8 out of 12, right?
We should get numbers. We should
Sure.
put numbers.
Yeah, we should have like
No,
a
5.
interactive. We could do some stuff in our software too to start clicking on stuff and bring up.
Oh, you mean numbers for each one, just for the total?
Yeah, but it doesn't.
exactly.
It doesn't even. It could be on our end too. We could do it as you add it, but we'll read through that. Okay, real quick, guys. We've already kind of given our thoughts on the film and why we think each parts were good or bad, but I wanted to do a quick over/under IMDb, where we decide whether the true rating of Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, is over or under the IMDb rating for the
The
people.
people's rating.
People's rating. Rotten
The
Tomatoes.
Republic.
Rotten Tomatoes is trash.
Dude.
Literally.
Yeah. More and more, the older you get, I guess. Or maybe Rotten Tomatoes has been just going down.
Way down. We're sitting at a 7.3. So
Whoa.
Under.
I'm going under. Grant.
Wait, why is
Under.
Why is
Rotten
what?
Tomatoes has a 53%? You think that's like too much?
It's close. I would go a little. I don't know.
I'm-
I was excited for this. It was a convoluted fucking mess that was riding off completely the success of the original film. I did not really laugh at all. I was laughing at the first one.
confused,
Yeah.
man. I
Yeah.
just like, dude, part of me just wants to like. It was kind of like what was the movie that we watched together, Grant? It was Tenet, where at some point I just gave up. Now it's
Yeah.
like I can't follow this anymore. I don't know. Maybe I'll figure it out later. But part of me wants to like stay with it. I'm like, I know exactly why that person's fighting for that thing, and it didn't happen. So I probably
Tenet was worse, I will say.
Oh, Tenet was Tenet was off the rails. Tenet was like,
It was
oh.
awesome. Fucking race.
I was like, oh, why? So the first Pirates of the Caribbean film, still, I firmly believe, may be the best pirate film of all time. So I think
I think so.
This is the best swashbuckler film, though.
What's the difference?
like traditional.
I was just joking because that was
okay.
that was in the wiki. Like,
Yeah. That's why I was like, I just don't know what that means.
swashbucklers. Okay, we have been killing it today, guys. And I think that's all the segments I have for today. So,
Wow.
without further ado, for next times, not next week. This takes a while. Next times, episode 3, we will have a new director, and that director will be Grant. Hey.
Nice.
So Grant, tell us what are we doing? What are we watching?
Well, nice job directing. First of all, it's good. It was good.
Good job,
Good
former
job.
director.
From one direction.
So, just a quick, we were very fast to do 3 unders on this. So, did this film make you want to watch the third?
Yeah. I was lying.
Yes.
No,
No.
I didn't want to watch this one all the way through.
No, it was definitely worse than the first one, and I have no. What could the third, fourth, and fifth bring?
We should just
If
watch
they're
the
known
fifth
and
one
they're known to
next.
be like, I feel like all sequels go down in quality. If this was the second one, whew.
It's all these little kids like pirates, Davy Jones.
Hey, it's all based off of a roller coaster, right? A thrill ride. So
First, or actually, neither of those. I don't think it's a roller coaster or a thrill ride. It's just a ride. I mean, you're like
Opposed
in
to
a
a
log.
thrill ride.
You're in a log. You're like in the water. It's not. There's nothing thrilling about it. It's like a storytelling. It's like a Disney ride.
oh really? There's no.
There's no ups and downs. You're just going through different. It's like a storybook, an immersive.
It's like a lazy river.
It's like it's a small world where you just go through different rooms and
Na 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 na.
yeah, but pirates.
Okay. So there's music.
Yeah, there's scenes and
You've been on it.
Yeah, I've been on it in California, Shanghai, Florida. They all have their own pirates ride.
Okay.
And you stop at different the thing will turn in some
Did you go
places
to
and you watch a
Tortuga?
little scene. I probably was in Tortuga. I think they've had to alter all that stuff because can't pillage and rape anymore like a real pirate. So yeah, I've been on the ride, buddy.
What is
Right,
it? What's
Chief?
wrong with society? There's no real pirates anymore.
Can't do it. No can
I was
do.
born in the
Where have
wrong
all the
pirate
real
generation.
pirates gone? Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. So we're not gonna do the third one.
Nope.
Let's just put this to rest. What I did want to do is it's the season. 'Tis the season, and not the holiday season, the spooky season. So I would like to do. I already watched The Shining this month, which was a very good movie, and I want to watch a film that is pretty well regarded. I think one of the original slasher films, Scream. Scream is. Let me pull up. It is a 1996 American slasher film. It stars a lot of people. It's not the first slasher. I lied. It satirizes the cliches of the slasher genre popularized in films such as Halloween, which was popular that came out in 1978. So I think this is a cheeky. Well, we'll see. I think it's a lighthearted making fun
love
of
this
slashers. I
movie.
think it's. You've seen this.
Yeah, I watched it last year in Halloween, and
Okay.
actually just watched Halloween yesterday.
Oh.
And I thought Scream was so much older too. But then after watching them, it's like Scream came out 20 years later, and it's like it's just way I never would recommend Halloween to anyone. It was horrible. But Scream,
Oh.
I will recommend to everyone. Like it's so good. I'm excited. This is a good pick, Mr. Director, of next week.
Hell yeah.
Or
Yeah,
whatever,
so
yeah.
Scream. Yeah, next time. Scream 1996. I'm excited. Should be good.
I'm
Oh,
excited
yeah.
too. Right. Maybe not next week. Well, maybe it is. Who knows? We'll let you know. Follow our stuff. You'll know.
Yeah,
Stay in
yeah.
the
So,
loop.
Scheduled
We have-
streams and everything.
yeah, we have social media. We have a website. You guys, we get homework that we assign to each other, but we're assigning homework for you guys now. Please send us some logos, some recommendations. Go on some AI. Like now, anyone can be an artist, right? You just go into AI, type some words in, and click
Type some
enter.
shit in, submit it. It's yours.
$10,000 is yours.
Yeah, make an NFT, sell it to us. We'll buy it for 10,000.
That's me typing up a contract.
Yeah, can you guys hear that, Rain?
Yeah.
Oh.
Tin roof.
Yeah. What do you got?
Uh,
You got a tin roof?
It's hitting my my AC unit, which is still up. Anyways,
Very natural.
Trying to respond to your comment.
thank you all for listening. We'll Scream is going to be our next film that we're doing. In the meantime, you can visit our website, quarterlifecritics.com.
That's right.
We
Emails
have all-
coming. Not yet.
Emails coming. Thank you for putting that together, Quinn. We
course.
got
Thank you, Quinn.
we got all of our episodes are going to be up there. You can also follow us on our Instagram, which is also Quarter Life Critics, is our handle for our Instagram, and you can find Twitter on our website. No one uses
Podcast,
Twitter.
Spotify, got it all too now.
Hell yeah, we got Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Quarter Life Critics, where we are a bunch of quarter life kids
In the desert.
criticizing stuff.
With opinions.
With opinions. All right, guys. Thank you. See you guys when we see you.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.